Hey guys, this is Andre. I'm a music producer from Florida man. And today I'm going to be reacting to another BTS video. This time they are mixing in the studio and post-production in the studio. And the reason why I picked this video is because I got it recommended to me by you guys. And this video shows the process of how they mix and post-produce their songs, which I love to commentate on and just bring my opinion and expertise into it. And if you guys have any more videos like this, I would love to react to them. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you punch the like button until it turns blue. And let's go ahead and get started. So I've actually listened to this song before, the song Ddaeng. This video is not the actual audio from the song, obviously. This is the audio from the camera. So if you listen to the very first part, you're going to see that it's kind of panned to one side, meaning that you can hear mostly on one side of your ear if you're wearing headphones. If you're using any sort of stereo, you can listen to mostly on one part. And as the camera moves around, you're going to be able to hear in a different ear. The reason why it's worth mentioning that is because you can't analyze mixing decisions based on this type of audio. Basically, as you can't judge the way the audio is just based off of this video. You have to actually go and listen to the song. But because I have listened to the song, I know kind of like what they're talking about. So mostly I'm going to comment on their reactions and what I think they're trying to do in each of their decision-making process. So just to explain to you guys, this process right here is the post-production process. So what you do in this instance is you listen to the song over and it's pretty much finished because you hear some of the vocals, they have automation on it, meaning that the effects go in and out. That's typically a sign that this song has already been recorded, it's already been edited, and now they're just trying to bring it that extra little mile to where it hits super hard and it has energy in each part and it doesn't lose anyone. So the types of things you're gonna fix are things like, you know what, it doesn't have enough energy in this part, or we're kind of lacking something here, or it sounds too soft, or it sounds not soft enough in this part, that kind of thing. And then you have different devices and different techniques that you use to make sure that you fix those little mistakes here and there, which is like adding drums, adding different sounds, making sounds sound bigger, things like that. An 808 is an electronic drum that was invented in around the 80s. And it was typically a rolling machine. And now it's evolved to all the way here, which is like an 808 sound, which is a very modern sound. I mean, it's used in almost every single pop song nowadays. He's saying that there are too many 808s, meaning that if you have too many of one sound source, it kind of takes away from the specialness of the sound. For example, if you make an acoustic cover of something and you use, 2 acoustic guitars, then you're like, oh, it's nice because it's something new and something awesome. But if you have all of a sudden 6 acoustic guitars, you kind of use up that special element, making it acoustic, right? You want to add different little elements of different instruments. So what he's saying here is that we have too many of these 808 sound sources, so we might need to add a new different sound source. By the way, I know it's RM and I know it's J-Hope, but I don't know who the other one is, the producer. So let me know who that guy is.
그래도 후반부인데 너무 죽나 싶어가지고 약간 그런 것 같긴 해. 약간 그래. 드럼이
전반적으로 나는 소스가 바뀌어서 좀 심심해졌어.
드럼이 다 빠지니까 거기가 약간 좀
뭐 어떤 소스가 바뀐 거예요?
킥 바뀌었지, 스네어 바뀌었지, 크러쉬 바뀌었지.
So he's saying we changed all the drum sounds. We didn't just change one. We changed every single drum sound, pretty much.
여기는 괜찮아? 사실 여기서 정도는 나와야 텐션이 되더라고.
Alright, this is a very important moment in the video because RM is bringing an idea of adding drum sounds, a very simple drum sound, which is just a snare hit with reverb or a clap. Pah, pah. That sounds like a clap. So if you add a pah, that one little thing, you add it every bar, every 4 beats. Pah, 2, 3, 4, pah, 2, 3, 4, pah. He's right, it adds tension in the song. And as the next part is coming, all of a sudden you're expectant and you're like, ooh, what's coming? And then it hits hard. So that part where there are no drums or there are very little drums, just adding that pah adds tension. That's a very, very important decision that he made. And I think people don't really understand that those little things actually mean a lot when it comes to listening to a song because it keeps you engaged with a song. And then the fact that he said add that sound, which is like a hi-hats that goes like a lot of hi-hats in one little space. Let me see if I can play it for you. Of course, that little hi-hat sound is done electronically, so it's not played for real. It's just placed electronically. So it's a very hip-hop, modern hip-hop sound. It's been popular for years now, but it's very useful to add a little rhythm into a section. He's the one that's like a troublemaker, right? Because he's like cracking up the whole time whenever they're doing. He's very serious here when he's working on his craft, which is pretty admirable. But when he's just, you know, having fun, he's the one that's kind of running around and cracking up. So I think that's kind of awesome.
깔려있는 제가 그 더블링 거의 안 깔았잖아요. 그래서 더블링의 공간감이 좀 있어야 돼요. 어쨌든 집중해서 들으라고 이렇게 쓰긴 했는데 약간 지루할 수가 있으니까 네 벌스
She said, I'm so sleepy. When you're sleepy like this, sometimes it's hard to focus. What RM said there about doubling his part is probably doubling his vocal. You record your vocal and then you record the exact same part twice. It creates this chorus effect. If you overdo it, like RM is saying, it can get boring. But if you do it, you know, in sparse parts, just to add a little bit of something, all of a sudden it kind of makes you go, without even realizing it. Most people don't even realize what's going on, obviously, but it does add a little extra something.
보니까 별로 수상할 게 없을 것 같은데 너 먼저 얘기해라.
I have to say that that part is my favorite part of the song. That is just like nice, you know. I typically don't listen to a lot of hip hop, especially modern hip hop. I actually dig that track, and I dig that like it's something going. I love that.
혹시 그 더블링들
Can you just remove the echo from the doubling track? So what he's saying there is that you have two tracks. So when you double the track, the double part, he's saying to remove the reverb from it, meaning the effects that make it sound like spatial. So he doesn't want that there. And let's see if he gives us a reason here.
그냥 공간이 빼주실 수 있나요? 빼면 너무 어떻게 할까요?
더블링들.
네, 좀 그럴 것 같긴 해.
뭔가 공간계가 들어가니까 약간 좀 이상하던데.
Yeah, so they're saying having that extra echo effect there, it's a little bit weird. So they want to keep it cleaner, not as many effects. Because when you want effects, you don't want to have it on the whole time. The best mixed songs don't have one effect on the whole time for every single track. They have effects come here and there, which make it like boom, big, and then kind of focused, and big, kind of focused. That's a very interesting technique that the best mixers do. The best mixers like Jason Joshua. Jason Joshua has some videos where he's explaining his mixing process, and he basically says that he has one effect for every single syllable, almost, of the track. So every syllable has a different effect, and that's what makes it interesting, right? So right here, J-Hope is saying, or J-Hope, am I pronouncing it wrong? I feel like I'm pronouncing it wrong. J-Hope is saying that it's best if he takes that effect away for that part.
Hip-hop, dang, rap star, dang, young rapper, dang, 방탄, dang, potential, bang, worldwide, bang, Chadwick, bang, bang.
I just love the way it sounds. There's so much energy in the vocal. When it comes to rap and hip hop, you have to have so much energy in a vocal because it's literally two things. It's the vocal and the drums. And to me, especially in J-Hope's part, just adds so much to the song.
Bang, worldwide, bang, Chadwick, bang, 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 gamma, ooh.
Yeah, you see? And he's enjoying his part. That is always a good sign. I know my favorite songs, the ones that I've done. Check out my music, by the way, Ray Andre on Spotify, Apple Music, every other listening platform, Ray Andre. My favorite songs of mine are ones that, you know, when they're ready, every single part of the process, or almost every single part, I'm like, I love this. Like, I just love the way it's so good. You know, it sounds great. And I think this is what is happening here. You know, he's really enjoying listening to his own track, to their own track. I just love that. And it's a good sign when that happens. By the way, in case you didn't know, these back here are called diffusers. They're not sound panels like acoustic panels. Acoustic panels are like the ones that I have back here. Diffusers are different. They're different because they diffuse sound. If you hit it, an absorber will absorb the sound, and a diffuser will diffuse it, meaning it will scatter out the waves. And it's just better for vocal recording, for listening environments. If you just want something to sound more dead, acoustic panels are the way to go. But the best type of acoustic environment is one in which there are absorption panels and diffusers, like they have here. Just thought I would point that out.
이것만 되면 될 것 같아요.
그거 확인해.
그럼 나머지는 다 오케이.
오케이.
첫 발쓰다 보니까 너무 과하게 뭔가.
너 지금 되게 충분해.
깔끔한 것 같아.
너가 잘해서 내가 약간
So RM there at the end had a problem with his part and he wanted to fix it still. This is what I love about production, is that you can literally go back and you have to listen. You've got to listen, and then you have to have the ear, and you have to say, what part of this is turning me off? What part is going to turn listeners off? What part of this is amazing? You know, most people that are not artists, professional musicians, or producers, mixers, they're not going to be able to sit there and figure out what is wrong and how to fix it. They might be able to say, you know what, this sounds off, or this part is not that great. But for someone with expertise, they're going to be a lot better at coming up with solutions for that. Like RM said, you know what, let's just add that drum. And like J-Hope said, how about we take the effects off the doubling of the vocal? So that kind of thing is very important. It's also important that you subscribe and punch the like button until it turns blue. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any other videos you would like me to watch, make sure you comment down below and let me know. I would love to watch and react to those. I love you guys. I really love this community we're building here. And make sure you subscribe again. Got my music, check out my website, and I will see you next time. Stay golden.